Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives. Back for another episode of 6 with 6 Strings. Welcome to episode 2. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. It's a lot of fun. It's just a way for me to show you some of my collection. I'll still do the updates and things like that, things I'm buying, but this is stuff that's already existed in my collection and for a lot of it for many years. So definitely just wanted to share a little bit more of my tastes and my range of music. Hopefully this is just a conversation starter. You see an album that I show, maybe you like a different one of that band, or we get talking about things like that, and that's what I really enjoy. So that's basically my premises for these episodes. I'm going to show you 6 random albums, and I'll always try to keep it nice and mixed up, so it's not all thrash or just hard rock, or we'll sprinkle in a little bit of everything here. So let's get started on episode 2. Let's go with a band that I really enjoy. If you're a fan of Halloween, you'll know this band, but this is the album by Gamma Ray called Land of the Free. So this is Gamma Ray's 4th album. Prior to this, they had 3 albums with vocalist Ralph Scheepers, who went on to join or form Primal Fear with Matt Sinner. Another great band, Primal Fear, very good. I thoroughly enjoy Ralph's vocals in Primal Fear. The first 3 Gamma Ray albums are awesome, but I am a big Kai Hansen fan, and when Kai got to take over the vocals on the 4th album, hey, that was right up my alley, because Walls of Jericho, which Kai sang all the vocals on for Halloween's debut studio album, is my favorite Halloween album. I know the Keepers albums are high up there, but Walls of Jericho. We even got the guy in the front cover here from, he's got the one eye blacked out there, looks like it totally missing. So it's this guy right here from the Walls of Jericho cover. He went on to follow Kai to this band. So great 4th album from Gamma Ray. There's the band in there. And like I said, I'm a big Kai Hansen fan. Pretty pumped that he's now back with Halloween, and looks like they got a live album coming out, and will return to the studio, I believe, as a 7-piece and put out some new material. So that's pretty cool. So check out Gamma Ray, Land of the Free. Next up, let's switch gears a bit here. We're going to go with some, you're going to know this band from the early 80s, especially if you're from North America, and that is Rat. But here's an album that a lot of people maybe they just didn't know about it, or they sloughed it off and said, Rat's kind of done. But this is their latest album, and who knows, probably their last album, I'm not sure. This is Rat, Infestation, from 2010 on Roadrunner Records. This is a really good album. There was a period there, I think 1990 was the last album. Detonator, I believe. And then 99, they came out with a self-titled album on Atlantic Records, I believe that one was. Not very good, very forgettable. But when they came back with this in 2010, I was really impressed. This album literally could fit into the 80s. You would think maybe it was just their next album after Detonator. It sounds like that. Definitely has that Rat sound. Stephen Pearcy has that distinct vocal, and Warren DeMartini, he is the guitar sound to Rat. This one also features Carlos Cavazo on guitar, ex-Quiet Riot. I'm pretty sure this one has Robbie Crane on bass. Robbie went on now, I think his latest gig is with the Black Star Riders. Anyways, great tunes like Eat Me Up Alive, Best of Me, A Little Too Much. Just a really good album. There's no weak track on here. Like I said, it would fit right in the 80s for sure. Next up, let's switch it over to vinyl. Little Canadian content that I usually like to fire in there. The band Helix. You know I love Helix. A lot of people think this is their first album. It is actually their third album. This is No Rest for the Wicked. They had 2 albums prior to this. Before they really, this is where they got their sound, and this is their bigger record deal for sure. They had 2 albums, one called Breaking Loose and White Lace and Black Leather. This is just classic Canadian hard rock / metal, whatever I just call it metal, it doesn't matter. Does a Fool Ever Learn, Heavy Metal Love, Dirty Dog, that's an awesome song. Don't Get Mad, Get Even. Just there's no weak track on this album. Don't be afraid to check out Helix. They got some classic 80s albums and still going to this day. Can't wait to get their new one in the mail here. One twist I'm going to throw in here too is one band from each episode will get to continue to the next episode, but I will show that one last. So today I will show one band from episode 1, and you'll get to see who got to continue. Why I thought of that, I'd throw it in there, is because, you know, once I start kind of digging into a discography, you know, I just start wanting to listen to more than one album, and a couple always stand out. So I'm going to show you this next one. You know what? And you may agree with some of these and you may not. That's okay. We're just here to have fun. So, you know, don't get too bent if it's not your favorite album, but tell me what your favorite album is, maybe of that band. Maybe it's something I haven't heard and should check out. Another band, okay, and another thing I said I would do is bust out some cassettes. So here is one of my, I don't know where exactly I'd put it, but top 3 albums from this band. A US power metal band that should have been bigger, and that is Sabotage. This is Gutter Ballet. Fantastic album from 1989. This was the follow-up album to The Hall of the Mountain King, and after that, some of their best work was called Streets Rock Opera. A rock opera. Awesome album too. Great band. Underrated. Nice to bust out the old cassettes once in a while. And I do have that on reissue on, this one's on Ear Music. Nice digipack with a booklet here. Anyways, if you haven't checked out Sabotage, there is some gems in their catalog. Do yourself a favor and check them out. So number 5 today, another band who the lead vocalist went on to form his own band, but I can't speak highly enough of this vocalist and what band he came from. But he decided a couple of years back to go on one last tour and play only songs from Accept. So now you know who it is. But he went under the name Dirkschneider. This is a double live album called Back to the Roots. So this is basically Udo Dirkschneider's farewell to all these Accept songs, which, you know what, they nail these all live. Fantastic. You know, just I was listening to Metal Heart a week ago, and he was just nailing these songs on here. Pretty cool set. This one is from AFM Records, 2-disc set. Yeah, all the classics are on here. Balls to the Wall, London Leather Boys, Midnight Mover. Any song that you can think of from Accept. He did it on I think about a 2-year tour. Now, I would say he's probably not going to go back on his word and do any of this live ever again, because he has tons of UDO material to do live. And, you know, never say never. Maybe Udo does a few shows with the original members from Accept one day. I don't know, but that would be also cool if that did happen with Peter, Wolf, Stefan, and Herman Frank, which I love Herman Frank too, or, you know, George Fisher on guitar. So anyways, yes, anything UDO, Accept, and this Dirkschneider, fantastic. Check it out. And last today, so this is the band that got to continue, and one of these bands I'm going to show today or an affiliation of, maybe next time I show an Accept album because of Udo's album here, or our UDO album. So anyways, the band that got to continue this time from last episode is Motorhead. This album is called Another Perfect Day. Absolutely love this album. After Fast Eddie Clarke left Motorhead, they were scrambling a little bit, and they employed the help of ex guitar player from Thin Lizzy, Brian Robertson. They got him to fill in, and this is a very unique, fantastic Motorhead album. It's got a different set, like obviously a different guitar sound. Brian was a lot different than Fast Eddie Clarke, but this is killer. Some of my favorite tracks on here are Another Perfect Day, One Track Mine, Shine. What else here? This whole album is good. I Got Mine, just killer. There's the inside of this CD. Awesome stuff from Motorhead. So Lemmy and the boys got to continue into episode 2, and that will probably end their little reign on here for now. And we'll stay tuned for episode 3 and see who gets to continue from what I've shown today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave some comments below. Do you like any of these bands? What's your favorite from these bands? That's what I'm looking for. Just a little interaction with you, and we'll go from there. Until next time, stay heavy.